Hello, everybody. I'm CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana. Across the Red River is beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. Come check us out. There are always lots of fun things to do. I'm in the kitchen today, and we are going to work on making this very large beef roast. And we're going to do it Italian style for the most part. And I am, of course, leaving out the carbs. I'm leaving out the potatoes and I'm leaving out the carrots. I could use it, wouldn't be that bad, but I am keto, so I'm really going to stick with that. This is a fairly lean cut as it is, so I'm just going to kind of leave it as it is. But if I wanted to, I could trim it down a little bit. I ought to trim it down just to make it fit in this pan. But if I did that, then those pieces would, yeah, I don't know. It would affect the overall image, the look of this roundness of this roast. So I'm just going to kind of fit it in there. We've got the oven heated up to 375. Let me pause the video. I'll come over to the counter over here and we'll mix up the seasonings that are going to go into it. All right, so we're going to mix up everything. This is a packet of onion soup mix. Whatever brand you want would work. Okay, pour that right in there. And this is beef bouillon powder. And this is salty. And so is the soup mix that I just poured in. So I'm not going to be adding any additional salty elements. Give me just a second. Oh no. Do be careful in the kitchen. Send stuff flying. I did that just to loosen up. Hang on for a second. As I did that, I lost a little of the soup mix on the counter. Fortunately, this counter is very clean and very dry, and I was able to basically save it and put it back into the bowl. But yeah, when you're banging stuff around, that's a lesson for me too. Okay. Just want to loosen up some of this bouillon. There we go. That's quite appropriate. Just an equal amount of beef bouillon to the soup. You can eyeball it. Okay. Next, I'm going to use a little bit of baking powder. Actually, no, I'm going to save the baking powder. The baking powder is going to go actually on the beef. I'm going to put it on the beef right now, actually. Come on. Okay, so baking powder is basically it's a little bit of bicarbonate of soda inside of cornstarch. Okay, and so I want the thickening of the cornstarch, and the bicarbonate of soda really is not going to be a big element here. You could use cornstarch for this if you want to. I just happen to have the baking powder on hand. It's not really going to affect it that much. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this so that these powders can kind of cling to the beef a little bit. This really isn't going to affect it. It's going to give it a little bit of something to hold on to the flavors, but because when I pour it on here, most of it's going to run off and drain to the bottom of the pan. We're not going to fill this pan with too much fluid, just a little bit. To keep it going, but it's going to render off a lot of its own juices, so we don't really have to fill it too much. Maybe about 2/3 of a cup of fluid on the bottom would be fine, and we're going to put that into the seasonings. But let me come over here and wash my hands. I'll be right back with you after the click. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to let what little bit of sodium, what little bit of salt in here, along with the salt from the bouillon powder and the salt from the onion mix. And I'm going to put in a little kitchen bouquet that has just a touch of sodium. I'm going to let that be the salt. I'm not going to really worry about adding too much salt to this. But what I do want to do is put a fair amount of pepper on top of what was just spread down. which was the baking powder onto the moist surface of the roast. Now you can do this on both sides. I find it really kind of unnecessary, but we want to get a lot of pepper on there. Really good, a really good encrusting pepper. Okay, there we go. Right, so